Wow, that's so interesting. I didn't realize about the refreshing and the dopamine shot. But it's so true when you say that. It's like, yes, I'm looking forward to what's the new thing going to be, who's going to have like updated their photo, or who's going to have posted a new photo, and it's almost like you're waiting in anticipation for that loading bar to finish loading and for the new photo to upload.
And it works for like the surprising thing. So over the last few weeks, I've challenged myself to cut myself completely out of social media, just as a test, just for fun and see how it goes and all of that. I was doing this for different reasons, but one of them was for the dopamine shot. I wanted to see how much I can control it. And here's what I realized. I have a really hard time to control my dopamine shot. I always need to have that kind of thing. What's going to happen? My little reward that say, I want to scroll something and maybe something new is going to happen. And the dopamine shot that I was taking through my social media, I actually transpose it to something else. And I realized that without thinking about it, my autopilot will go, for example, on my mailbox and keep doing the same on my mailbox, expecting that I'm going to have something new. So it's getting ridiculous because I'm going to check my email from maybe checking them 10 times a day. I'm starting to check them maybe 40 times a day. And every time I do the same thing, I'm just going to scroll down just to see if there's going to be something new. Is that exciting or not? And this is quite interesting to see how the brain works. And so after that, I'm like, even if I don't know social media, I'm going to go on the internet and I'm going to browse on certain, for example, some news website or something like this. And I'm going to do the same. I'm going to renew them just to have that dopamine shot. And this is something that your brain wants because it's a reward. It's kind of a reward that you have right there. So when you do the Pomodoro technique, you actually just focus on that for 25 minutes and then you have your reward. You cannot have your reward if you haven't done your 25 minutes. Have a short reward of maybe, 1 minute or 2 minutes and do a new Pomodoro. And the game is to do as many Pomodoro as you can during the day.
Wow, I've never heard of that technique, but it's definitely something that it's so simple, but really effective. And I feel like almost if you have the little timer there, then once you've set it, right, 30 minutes, I can't check anything else. Like I have to fulfill this time and then you're going to be more productive.
Absolutely. And a very interesting thing to do is simply just have a look on your phone. Now, most of the cell phones, they give you the average time that you spend on social media. They give you the average time of how many times you check your phone and how many times you check your cell phone. And it is, I think I read some statistic recently. They were talking about like the average time that teenagers are checking their phone these days. So we're talking about, teenagers from 16 to 25. I think there was something around like they were checking their phone an average of 300 to 400 times a day, which is insane. 300 to 400 times a day. That's crazy. It's like if you bring that per hour, this is crazy. But when you think about it, it is true. You check the phone pretty much every 5 minutes. You're going to check how many likes you get on Facebook. You're going to check how many likes you get on Instagram. You're going to check those things because you need this to feel validated by the world. And that's what's happening.
Do you think that social media is used as a form of procrastination as well, or is that again more of a distraction? Because I know that if I'm getting ready for bed, I might have a scroll on Instagram, or I'll have a scroll through TikTok and see what's going on there, and then I'll be like, okay, I need to go to bed at 10:30 and it's 10:15 say, and then I'll be on TikTok or Instagram or whatever, and then it'll suddenly be like 10:35 and I'll be like, okay, well, it's past 10:30, so now I have to set a new time to go to bed, and I just keep pushing it out more because I spend more time on social media. So is that me procrastinating going to bed, or is that just being completely distracted and addicted to social media?
Completely distracted and addicted. Simple as this. It's not about procrastination. Although in one hand, actually you could see it as procrastination because you're chasing for pleasure, you're chasing for that dopamine shot, you're chasing for that. So yes, it could be seen as procrastination, by procrastinating of going to sleep. Absolutely, actually, yeah, you could see it this way. But the way that it's built is you're just getting distracted, and getting distracted gives you that dopamine shot that will make you procrastinate. So yes and no, it's a kind of a thing. Now what you need to understand is the fact that when you spend that time on social media, and you know it's about 10-15, you give yourself 15 minutes to go to social media, and out of nowhere you realize that it's already 11:30, because literally that's what's happening, and you browse, is because social media are built in a way that whatever you look at, you're going to see more of it. And so if you see one thing that interests you, I don't know, you're looking, for example, for shoes or something like that, then you're just going to go on Google, look for shoes, and out of nowhere, you're going to go on your Facebook feed or Instagram feed or whatever, and you're going to see an advertising for shoes. Like the formula behind it is so powerful that it picks up straight away what you're looking for, and it's going to suggest it to you as an ad within a matter of seconds. It's how it works. So basically, once you are on your cell phone, there is a whole mechanism behind it that is built in a way to keep you on there, to get you entertained, to get you to watch more, to get you to see more. So basically, marketers can try to sell you more. And you know, I'm not calling here from. I don't want it to. I don't want it to sound like I'm calling for conspiracy or whatever. That's not the point at all. That's not the point at all. I'm just pointing a reality. I'm just pointing a fact. The fact is, you go on social media. If you tell yourself you're going to go for 5 minutes, you know that you're going to be there for 50. That's just a fact. That's how it is, okay? For me, the only way that I found to get out of it is to cut myself from social media. But even then, I'm still on my phone for 5, and I'm going to stay there for 50 if I let myself go. So one more time, have a look at the social dilemma, because I found that really eye-opening, really eye-opening on what's happening out there. A little bit scary too, but it's about like how much you take control of what you're doing.
Do you find that people, when they procrastinate, you mentioned that often you're procrastinating doing something. So for example, maybe cleaning your house. So you find something else to do, like reading a book. Is the thing that you procrastinate doing different to the thing that you actually end up doing, or are they similar, or is there no correlation between them?
There's no correlation between them, because remember when we're talking the example of the person that goes to the gym and the one that don't, they actually have their own pattern. So they're all going to face something is going to be challenging for some of them, and something will not be challenging for some others. You know what I mean? And so it's about the same as like if you take an entrepreneur, a serial entrepreneur, someone that has the mindset that build business just like this, and that's been already building 10 businesses. For him, building a new business is just, it's another adventure. So he probably won't procrastinate to build a new one. But then on the other hand, if you take the person that's been working in corporate for about 30 years, for them, building a business is a big deal. It's scary. And they don't think that they're going to be able to do it, so they're going to be scared by that. So it's really like kind of a case by case. Like everyone will procrastinate on different things, but the mechanism behind it is the same for everyone. You are procrastinating because you don't want to put yourself in an uncomfortable situation. You don't want to do the unpleasant thing straight away.
Do you think that people also procrastinate, like the example you just mentioned about someone who perhaps has been in an office their whole life and then starting their own business? Do you think people procrastinate because they are scared of what the outcome might be? They're scared that they might fail at trying this new thing that's completely different to what they've done for their life?
Absolutely. And you know, it's about taking a risk. It's a bet that you're taking. And so it's a gamble. So some people will be really great at gambling and they will have absolutely no problem doing so. But some other people will actually be a bit scared to gamble. And after that, it's really like, it's a matter of personality. There are some people, for example, they're not going to be able to gamble unless they know all the statistics, unless they know every single fact about what's happening. On the other hand, you're going to have some other people, they're going to gamble just like that. They don't need to know everything. They don't need to know the detail of it. They're just like, let's wing it. Let's go. Let's gamble and let's see how it goes. And I think it's because for some of them are seeing like, whatever the outcome, it doesn't matter for me. Whatever the outcome, I'm willing to accept both outcome. For some others, they're gonna be like, if the outcome is unsuccessful, it's gonna destroy myself. And that's the reason why they're gonna be like, no, I don't want to do this right now. I'm gonna procrastinate. But one more time, it goes back to a fear that they have. The fear of not being successful, the fear of failure. And remember, we had a video around like fear of failure. It literally goes back to that, and that's going to actually procrastinate by doing this.